there it is, folks. Captain Lewis Travis set to depart Blackburn Rovers and join his best mate in football, John Eustace. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at the impending departure of Captain Lewis Travis, who looks set to join a whole crop of ex-Rovers and, of course, ex-gaffer John Eustace. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe. You want some for Blackburn Rovers, Derby County at this point, a championship football. We're going to all hear under one Rooski. It's been an ongoing saga, maybe. Actually, definitely been blown out of proportion, this whole stuff. But who is to blame for the shit show that has been this transfer? We'll get into all of that, and of course, and more in a minute. Big shout out to the members of the patrons. You know who you are. But let's get into it and talk about it. It is Lewis Travis making the switch from us to Championship club, also Derby County. Has been mentioned on the old social media. I'm going to showcase you a tweet now. It's kind of a generic kind of tweet here from Elliot Jackson, local journalist. Say Lewis Travis and John Buckley are close to leaving too. That's his statement in regards to a transfer-related buzz for Rovers. So it does look like it's impending. But how did it get to this point? Where do we go from here? What did Derby get? Well, I'm hoping to answer all those questions in just one second. But before that, here comes Eddie to talk about the reignited big attempt to get you guys all together for Rovers away day travel. Cheap, affordable Rovers away day travel. We're up and running. We've got our first win. And if, of course, we all banded together previously, we could have had a coach to go to Hull. But now, here he is to talk all about it.
Ewood Eddie here with some news on our brand new scheme we're looking to implement in the 2025-2026 campaign. What is it? Well, it's affordable away day travel. That's right, us at Blackburn Rovers hope to implement this brand new scheme for each and every one of the away days taking place in the upcoming campaign. Right now, we're just in the planning stages and we want to know if you are interested in away day travel for the upcoming season. Now, what I need you to do now is, of course, go to this link on the screen right about now. It's a QR code, or maybe drop down in the old description to follow the URL and fill out your name and, of course, maybe some contact information that we can reach out to you when we are 100% committed. Just a reminder that this is just the planning stage of this service. Nothing is 100% as of yet. But the more numbers and the names that we get down in the next few weeks, then, of course, then we'll have the ability to make this happen for you guys. Again, looking at what's available at the moment, this does look like an affordable option if we can get the support from you guys. And again, it's just a fantastic way for you to support the channel in another way. Back to you, Dirk, in the studio.
Appreciate that, Eddie. Thanks again for giving up a bit of your time. And also you guys, thanks again for getting there. Let me know. Just use the link. I'll get involved with you. I'll let you know the prices and all that kind of stuff. But maybe, well, you're not going to see this guy because he is gone, it looks like. Lewis Travis on his way out. Before we take a deep dive into my moaning about this deal, we're just going to take a look at what kind of player Derby County are going to get. So, of course, here are his attributes coming into this. He is 27 years of age. He will be 29 next year. That's right. So he is not a spring chicken, but there's still a good player in there. And he is a player of some regard, something that is not really, you can't teach it. It's just born with it. He has that no-nonsense shithouseness about him. And, of course, that is a major caveat of his play. You know, he'll either take to Derby County or Pride Park in good stature with that no-nonsense shithouseness, or he might get off a real sour start and come in with a flying tackle or red card or something, and then maybe already trying to work his way back into the hearts of Derby County fans afterwards. So you take that shithouseness out of them and you take the fire out of his belly here. So I don't know, yes, Rovers are going to lose that in him and lose his captainness about him. He's not going to walk in a Derby County as captain, I don't think. I think Ibu Adams is the main man there, but he's going to have to earn his stripes there, earn his spurs. But he's in there in good company with the likes of Owen Beck on loan. They've got Andrew Wyman, Danny Bart, a couple other experienced pros as well. So very familiar territory, as well as Daniel Sanderson and John Eustace. So it is a Rovers reunion of sorts. But anyway, he does play traditionally as defensive midfielder, but can play at right back, right mid. But he haven't really been used out there at all. But he does drift out to this right-hand side occasionally. Now, over the course of his tenure as a Blackburn Rovers player, or a professional footballer in general, he has played in a variety of positions. As you can see, he's been experimented, dabbled with here, there and everywhere. But his bread and butter is defensive midfield. Played there 206 times in his career. Just 8 goals, 10 assists for him. But he's not that man. He's not the man to give you the assists. he's maybe the man to give you the pass before the assist. So he does all the hard work. There's a lot of defensive coverage, tracking it down, being a nuisance, being a terror, a non-stop bully in midfield, despite his slender and cheeky appearance. He, of course, is what he does over there. He did have a spell with Ipswich in their promotion campaign. Ultimately played 9 times with the 1 assist. Never dabbled in the Premier League. He's hoping to do so at some point, I would imagine. He's got a good wealth of championship experience. Now, that is the major blow here for Blackburn Rovers. We've seen the likes of Wyman, Bath leave, even Dean Sanderson to a point. Also Callum Britton of late, Terry Stolen, all losing championship-proven players that come in, they know what they're doing, they know what the league's all about. Travis knows that, and he's a fighter, he's a grafter, and he's gonna be a sore loss, not only on the pitch but in the dressing room. A character, a leader, a voice amongst men. So big loss, and yes, it does suck to lose your captain, especially to a championship rival in this sort of shape and size. If it was to a Middlesbrough, to a Coventry, to a Southampton, or ones that are going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season, fair dues. But it's kind of been a sideways step, if not a backward step. No disrespect, Derby County. I'm going to just chop that in there. Maybe a backward step to you guys. But it does seem that Derby are trying to build something. They're trying to bring it. They're bringing a right back. They've got Ajamang. They spent a bit of money on them. Also got some exciting other signings as well. And if they come through fit and raring to go under a good man manager, that is John Eustace, then yes, Derby County could be a decent team to challenge for the playoffs, if not more. So, professionally, it is a good move for Lewis Travis because he's going to get more money. He's going to go to a man who respects him well. And he's got to he's going to find it difficult to get in that team straight off the bat because Ebu Adams is in there. You got fellow Bobby Clark from Salzburg, also competing for a midfield slot. Not necessarily say they play in the right positions, but it's just different. Anyway, there are some other topics I want to get into before we do that. So where do we go from here? Of course, we are Blackburn Rovers, and of course we have to move on. No one's bigger than the club, including a guy who's been here for a long time, and I'll get back to that in a minute. But moving forward, the man taking over the roles is Sidney Tavares. He is about 4 years younger than Lewis Travis. He's much taller, and again a bit more versatile in the centre of the park. Can play defensive mid, bog standard midfielder, which is what he's looking to do. And he can also play a little bit further up the field as well. Moving forward, he's also got a bit of success on his books. We are moving in a bit of a new direction under this new crop of players. And it doesn't seem to be a flick the switch and that's the situation that we're doing. It seems to be the style of play that we are going to move towards. These two sides played, of course, different styles or different amounts of football between them. But, of course, Sidney Tavares definitely knows where the back of the net is. More so compared to that of Lewis Travis, who's just got 8 goals in his 323 matches. That's a goal every 3,000 odd minutes. That's a long time. As for Tavares, he just chip in with a handful of goals, a goal every 677 minutes. So now that's of course about the numbers and what kind of player they're going to get and where we are moving forward. We are moving forward to a new style of football here. We are moving forward to, I think, the restriction of the 2 defensive midfielders. I think we're kind of having one defensive midfielder in Tronstad. Maybe in the future, I don't know what's going to happen with that, actually. I'm thinking about it. The players that we brought in, the Henriksons, the Tavares, the Baragis, of course, 3 midfielders who can play in that central midfield. They're all more of a box-to-box kind of guy. Maybe they're expecting them to be doing both ends of the graft here, the defensive side of the game, as well as getting into more creative spots and more attacking spots. And perhaps that is the way we are moving forward. Maybe we're going to abandon completely the defensive midfield slot and go to a more 3-4-3 system, possibly next season. But I think right now we're still going to go with that 4-2-3-1, or in some shape with Tavares and Tronstad. I think we're kind of washing our face with Tronstad. We brought him on a free. We're going to let him go on a free, and we'll see out the season with him in the defensive midfield. He does provide the leadership. He does provide some championship minutes. He's been with us, 2 seasons now? So this will be the 3rd season. And I think him there provides a bit of bite moving forward. And hopefully we can adapt with these younger players of the Tavares and the Henriksons to maybe be that sort of those players. Baragi, we don't know what he is, but he comes with a a bit more muscle in them and a bit more front footness about them. So trying to get them in the midfield 3, perhaps. Who knows? So it's a bit of a mystery box about Rovers moving forward. But you know, the way it's all panned out is what I want to lean towards here. You know, captain of 10, I think it would have been his testimonial year, I believe, for Blackburn Rovers if he'd stuck around for a couple more months. So it's a bit of a shame that the way it's all panned out. You know, Travis was much loved and is still much loved. And we never got to say goodbye. We did get a game out of him. He did play the first game of the season against West Brom. And of course, that's the image that you see upon us here in the gold get-up. He never played a final game, though, at Ewood Park. I don't think he was involved in the Bradford City match. I think it was in and around about then that it all kind of blew up a little bit. He definitely wasn't involved in the Birmingham or Hull City matches. So it's a shame how it's all panned out. It's a shame that we couldn't say goodbye to him. And, you know, and there is a bit of a mudslinging or shit slinging, should I say, going on right now with the club and also with Travis and who knows, try to point the finger of blame, etc., etc. Yeah, Travis could have sat on his hands for another season and walked out the club for nothing. But right now, of course, a deal seems to be done. And again, the deal itself doesn't look good on paper, the initial instinct for Rovers. I think it's 1.5 million pounds up front, with the expectation that it will go to 3 million in due course. So have we been mugged off? Who's had the better end of the deal? I think Derby have the better end of the deal because they get a fit, ready to roll championship player that's going to come in and not to need time like us with Baraji to get fit, get back into it and get up to speed with everything. I know the Baraji deal is a weird sort of pay-as-you-go kind of loan, but we do have a lot of wait on that one, possibly October before we really can see anything of him. So it's going to be a long old staggered wait. But for Travis, he'll come in, he'll make the move complete this week, I would sure, and he'll probably be involved for the next match, probably. Against their opposition on the weekend in the Championship. There is a slight hope that he could be featured against Burnley in the Carabao Cup, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But anyway, that is all I've got for you today, guys. As Lewis Travis edges closer to the move to Derby, which of course should be done within the next, I'd say, 24, 48 hours. Yeah, it's a sad way to end. I think Lewis Travis, it's just sad because I liked him. I like him a lot still. I just wish the deal would have been done better with a bit more professionalism on both sides of the thing. I know we've been, I don't know who's really orchestrated the comments coming out of the club in regards to this and just the demanding nature of Travis in what we're seeing here. So it's a shame. You know, does he make it in my Blackburn Rovers all-time 11? No. Does he make it into my Blackburn Rovers 11 in the Championship? I don't know. I don't think I can warrant that. But he is a character who's going to give you something different that is not commonly found in Championship players. That is the ruggedness, the no-nonsenseness, the shithouseness, if you want it. Meanwhile, does he bring you goals? No. Does he bring you the assists? No. He is more of a grafter. He a disciplinarian or the opposite of that, whatever that is. Just a guy who's going to break down play, slow things down for everybody. But it'll bleed 100% for the club. I don't think Ipswich got the best out of him. Rovers got probably the best you can get out of him. But yeah, hey, you know what, Lewis? You know, it always comes to this. We've seen many better players come and go from Rovers. We've seen many worse come and go. So you're in a good crop of players. You've played the blue and white, and hopefully one day you can look back at this as the best time of your career. That's all I can say. I know it's not ended the way you wanted, but just turn the clock back to that League One campaign. I know you weren't involved that much, but you were around a good bunch of lads, the Bradley Dacks, the Danny Grahams, the Charlie Mulgrews, the Elliot Bennetts of the world, Craig Conways are all there, all influencing your character, which of course has become one of your biggest attributes. Your character has been moulded by some excellent professionals at Blackburn Rovers, but unfortunately it's ended like this. But Eddie could tell us a little bit more about that because he can tell you a way to submit your memories, your Blackburn Rovers memories. And maybe, Lewis Travis, you can someday, between now and November 5th, submit your Blackburn Rovers memory. Let me know. Eddie, tell them all about it.
Hey, Ewood Eddie back once again, but this time I don't want your money. No, I want your name, your voice, your Rovers memories. That's right. We started a social media project over on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, showcasing 150 Blackburn Rovers memories. I've asked fans from around the globe to drop their Rovers memories, but of course I need more of them. That's right. 150 is a big number and we need some more, and that's where you come in. That's right. Whether it's the best player, best goal, best shirt, best moment in regards to Blackburn Rovers, I want to hear about it. So if you want to do that, again, follow that link. There is also one down in the description and drop it in there. Of course, that memory will be featured over on Twitter on a day of its own. And then, of course, together in a master video when we drop it on November the 5th to celebrate Blackburn Rovers' 150th anniversary. So please do me a favour and drop your Rovers memory. But anyway, once again, back to Dirk to wrap up the show.
Appreciate that, Eddie. Thanks again, of course. And yes, we say goodbye to Lewis Travers very, very soon. But of course, I'm sure that goodbye will be echoed around Ewood Park when Derby County meet Blackburn Rovers for the 150th anniversary, of course. So that's another little bit of icing on the cake. I'm going to go. You guys are amazing. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.